Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into the world of the Untamed. We're diving into episode 14. Yeah, you guys smashed the 500 like challenge we had last week, so you guys are getting 4 reactions this week. So expect another reaction tomorrow. But when we left off in episode 13, the rest of basically the people that the Wen clan had held captive escaped from the cave with the monster, and it left our 2 heroes, Wuxian and Zhan, trapped in the cave. And I had lots of questions about why they were left there, why the people didn't come around and come back for them sooner, why they had to go home instead of. And you know, we had lots of great suggestions and ideas in the comment section of that video, and some of them made sense. But I still stand by that. You know, we could have just sent some of the healthier people back to go get them out of the cave. But that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter. We are here. Our couple is together. Our ship, they're sailing. Wuxian is being absent-minded and saying stuff like, "Oh, you like her, don't you? You really like her." And Zhan looking at him like, "Bitch, are you out your goddamn mind? Don't make me hit you with my broken leg." Sweet boy. So naive. Anyway, so we're going to dive into this episode and see where it takes us. Okay, another action-packed episode. So we woke up, or we started with Zhan waking up from his sleep. Another cute scene using how rigid and strict Zhan's principles and just like routine has been embedded in his body to tell time. Because he's like, oh wow, he woke up, so it must be somewhere around 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, funny. But he's got his headband back on, and then they start discussing the monster, and remembering that it's might be the same monster that was described when they were in the cold spring. I'm talking to the former clan leader, was she, or an elder, something along those lines. And this monster seems similar to the tale that she was telling. I don't remember her mentioning the monster, but it's been a while since that episode, so I'd have to go back and listen to it. But apparently she mentioned it. And then, so they make a plan to kill the monster. So Zhan's going to use... So that's... Okay, it's making sense now. Because I was wondering why they were... Not why they were necessarily grabbing the arrows, but like they were taking all the rope off, and then, okay, it just clicked in my head. So they used the rope so Zhan could make his killer string. But obviously, with his broken leg, he wouldn't be able to safely do the technique within the tortoise shell. So Wuxian's like, okay, I'll go in, lure the tortoise out, and then you hit him from outside. So he ventures in, and he sees all manner of just muck and disgustingness and all these bodies that have been zapped of flesh and spirituality. So the monster just eats, and they're like, oh, like the yin iron. What connection does it have? I don't exactly know. But then we find this sword that's surrounded by all this darkness, all this anger and resentment and just evil, and it's just not a great sword. Not a great sword at all. So for whatever reason, Wuxian decides to touch it, and he starts hearing screaming and all this stuff, and it's like, baby, leave the sword alone. Don't leave it. Don't touch it. But then the tortoise comes along, so he takes the sword and starts defending himself, and then they make their way outside the shell. Zhan uses his killer string technique, and Wuxian, had stabbed the basilisk turtle through the mouth, and he's just hanging on for dear life. And at one point, it got to the point where the tortoise, it wasn't moving. Like, I could understand some of the wire work and CGI and whatnot, like when the tortoise is like swinging its head like this. So yes, naturally Wuxian would be floating in the air, but like there was a point there where the tortoise was just like chilling, just like standing here, not moving, and Wuxian was still horizontal to the ground. He's still just floating like this, and I'm like, baby, why are you floating? And why are you floating? Because like I feel like when you're being swung side to side, yes, it's just you're feet moving through the air and all that kind of stuff. But when you're standing perfectly still, you should be like dangling from the sword. Why are you floating? And if you had the ability to float all this time, why don't we float our ass up out of the cave instead of staying down here this whole time? Why are we floating? I don't know. No make no sense. Maybe it had something to do with the evil sword, because eventually the evil sword started to activate and started to seep out all this evil dark energy, and Wuxian was looking not too great. And then he summoned all the swords and arrows from the bottom of the lake, and it stabbed the basilisk turtle in the underside of the neck. And I'm like, okay, is this some of the beginning stages of like where we joined in on when we came in the series? Because the beginning of the series was the whole big battle, and we saw, you know, Wuxian being killed, and he's been, you know, marked as this, you know, big harbinger of evil, this, that, the other. So like, were these the beginning stages of it? Does he keep the sword forever? Because he's been holding tight to that sword the rest of the episode. I'm like, baby, throw the sword away. We'll get you into the sword, baby. This ain't the one. But maybe this is the one. I don't know. So maybe he holds on to the sword for too long and it affects him in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. But the sword's going to play some sort of relevant part, I believe. Otherwise, he wouldn't still be holding on to it all this damn time. But yeah, they kill the basilisk turtle, and then Wuxian comes out with the fever, so Lanchan's like, okay, let me use my magic and try and heal you. And then we had a cute little moment there where Wuxian's like just trying to get some sort of something out of him. Talk to me, because Wuxian's a very social person. Lanchan, I feel like he could sit in silence for hours on end, days on end, and be perfectly fine. Same. But Wuxian is one of those people who needs that stimulation, needs to just constantly be talking or interacting or something. So he's trying to, like, it's like pulling teeth out of Lanchan. So it's like, okay, well, sing me a song. So then Lanchan starts humming, and all of a sudden his little humming turns into this symphony, this gorgeous song. And I'm like, oh my God, this is stunning. And we get this beautiful flashback of all these moments we've had with them so far. And I'm like, man, we've gone through so much, and it's only like the 14th episode, and there's still like 40 more of these episodes left. Like, there's so much left to do, Lord. But it was beautiful little flashback montage that we had there. And then he, you know, passes out. And then when he wakes up, they're out of the cave. And I'm like, what? What? No! How did we escape? How did we get out? Who can? That's the part I want to see. Like, it reminds me of when I was reacting to History 3 Trapped. Like, what was it, the second episode or something? When they were hiding from the gangsters in, like, this house in the forest. And they're like, okay, we have to escape the forest so that we can, you know, live, otherwise they're going to find us, they're going to kill us, or, you know, kidnap us or whatever. So it's like, okay, we got to escape the forest, but the gangsters are everywhere. So I'm like, okay, how are they going to escape the forest? And then we just jump to, oh, they're out of the forest. I'm like, what? No, this is the escape. That's what I want to see. How did we get out? How did we manage this? That's the part I want to see, y'all. So I was getting flashbacks of that, but, you know, not too important, I guess. Zhan came back and rescued him with the help of the other clan. And they got him back home, and sister was happy to see him. We started nursing back to health, bringing him some soup because the bitch hasn't eaten in a week. Getting him some rest, and, you know, just checking in on him. Uncle came, and, you know, they were having just talks, conversations. Obviously, Cheng is feeling some type of way. He's a little upset, a little angry at Wuxian for certain things. I don't think he's necessarily angry at him, more so just the situation that he got put in, and, you know, he doesn't want to lose his brother. He loves his brother, so, you know. But then Mama Zhang overheard some things, so she comes strolling into the situation, and like I said, she is very, very opinionated. She has a lot of opinions, and she's not afraid to let anybody know, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but she comes strolling up into every situation, and then she just starts putting everybody on blast, left, right, center. Everybody in this room is gonna be put on blast, and she's just gonna tell everybody off. I'm like, Lord, Mama, is there any point when you are happy, or any point when you just have something nice to say, or a pleasantry? Because, like, I feel like every interaction we've had with her is just her putting everybody's ass on blast. But, you know, that's what she was doing. So her and the clan leader were arguing, and they kind of ran off. And Cheng obviously felt some type of way. He's felt some type of way for a while because he feels like his father does not love him, doesn't like him, this, that, the other, and Wuxian's just trying to convince him, like, hey, no, your daddy loves you. He's tricked her on you because you were going to be the future leader of this clan. I am just an, adoptive whatever, he's just, it's just a nice uncle taking me in, so he doesn't have to be as strict on me, blah, 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 blah. And then also the mama was out here spouting some nonsense about Wuxian, or rumors Wuxian's mother was his mistress and blah blah this, that, the other, and I'm like, I thought we already established who his family or his parents were. I'm like, whatever, mama, you go out here and spout whatever you need to spout. But Wuxian was able to, reason with Cheng and, just kind of calm him down. And yeah, then the episode ended and I was like, oh, well, damn, that was fast. The episode just kind of flew by. Highly entertaining. And we did have that little bit with the Wang clan, where I guess the puppets they were making are, a little bit more successful version, but they still need a fourth part of the yin iron, so go find it. Yeah, I think that was the majority of the things. Yeah, so all in all, it was a good episode. It just flew by so fast. So that's a sign of a good episode, because at first when I sat down, because I've been recording for, I don't know, 6 hours now, I would like some food. I would like to wash my face. My ass is tired of sitting in this chair at the moment, so I was like, but I need to record because I need to post the reaction for tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, let me just get this done out of the way so I can, have something to post for tomorrow. And I was like, 45 minutes, I don't know if I have this energy in me, but like I sat down and boom, just flew by. So it's a sign of a good episode. So I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I hope you guys did as well. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.